I will discuss Levinthal paradox, which is a very important topic in protein biochemistry. This is specifically related to protein folding. I will give you a brief introduction before I describe this in more detail. At the time of Cyrus Levinthal, it was known that a protein is active in its native conformation or folded structure, and that the protein folding is completed within millisecond to second in vivo, which is pretty fast. And this was the concept which was contradicted or which was challenged by Levinthal finding, and this is known as nowadays Levinthal paradox. So basically he was interested in understanding the mechanism of protein folding. He did computational analysis for a given polypeptide, and he calculated the number of possible folded structures. From these structures, he also calculated the amount of time needed to select the native conformation based on certain assumptions, and he came up with the amount of time which was more than the age of universe. And he concluded that based on his assumptions, it is not possible to fold protein in real time. This is known as Levinthal paradox. Now coming to Levinthal paradox, I will discuss in terms of two questions. He also raised these questions. First one is how many conformations or folded structures are possible for a given polypeptide, and how much time is needed to select the native conformation from these predicted folded structures. So he calculated number of conformations for a given polypeptide based on these two assumptions. Let's say number one, that the polypeptide has 100 amino acid residues, and there are only 3 possible conformations on each amino acid in this polypeptide. Therefore total possible conformations will be equal to 3 raised to the power 100 or 5 10 raised to the power 47 structures, which is more than the size of this universe. So from the calculated number of conformations, he tried to calculate the time required to select the native conformation, and he raised an assumption. The assumption was that the selection is random at a rate of 110 raised to the power 13 conformations per second. So you can simply divide number of conformations he calculated by the rate of selection he assumed here, which comes out to be 510 raised to the power 34 seconds. And you can convert that value into years by dividing it by 60, again by 60, then by 24, and then by 365. So that will give you the number of years. So it comes out to be 1.610 raised to the power 27 years. This is an astronomical value. This is the time more than the age of universe. This is not achievable, and this was known as Levinthal paradox. He mentioned that it is not possible to achieve native conformation by random selection. So what is Levinthal paradox? You should know first what paradox is. Paradox is something which contradicts or which challenges the traditional view or the concept or the belief, right? What was the concept regarding protein folding? That the protein folds within millisecond to seconds, right? It's pretty fast. But you have seen that according to his calculations, the time required for protein folding was astronomically huge. Therefore, this contradiction between the in vivo time and the computed time for the protein folding is known as Levinthal paradox. So based on his computational analysis and findings, he proposed the concept which is very important in protein folding. Number one point is protein folding is not random process, rather it is mediated through specific pathways involving intermediates. This is basically computational analysis, as I said earlier, but this is of fundamental importance because it paved the way for the investigations that led to the proposition of new model of protein folding, such as energy landscape and hierarchical model of protein folding. So thank you very much. If you have any suggestion, any criticism, please let me know. I will be happy to answer that. And also, if you need any other topic in biochemistry for me to prepare, please let me know. I will be happy to share with you.